Hey, scrapbook friends, it's Nicole. I'm so excited to be here with you today with another album flip through. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these. My excuse is that I'm just not finishing albums, and I know that I could pull some older albums, and I will try to be better because I know several of you have asked me. When I first started doing these, I just kind of thought I was doing it for my family. So it's been kind of gratifying to see that so many of you have enjoyed this. So this is an album that I did for my two adult daughters. They went to New York City, hence the Apple album cover, in March of 2020. So it's an interesting album because they were actually there in New York the week that COVID shut everything down. This album cover was the Craptoberfest album from 2020, I think, and with the apples on it. And I just thought that would be a perfect opportunity to use the Apple album cover. So there's no journaling in this book because I'm going to make them do the journaling. They don't know that yet, but I wasn't on the trip. So all I know is just from their pictures. And I had a lot of fun scrapbooking it. My older daughter has asked me before if I enjoy scrapbooking trips I wasn't on, and turns out that I do. It's also very nice that right about the time this came out, we got the new New York Scenes theme pack. So that's what I used for a lot of the decorating. A lot of the papers, a lot of the things in this book are from that theme pack. So I'm going to, let's see if I'm going to zoom down a little bit. Okay, a lot. And I'll just kind of show you how I did this. I used the circle cutter. It shouldn't be called the circle cutter though, because I used the pen side, which is right here. So I'll zoom out in a minute and show you again. But I just drew some circles with our white chalking pen and a few little dots. And then I used the icons from the New York City Scenes page. And hopefully, you can see how that worked out. All right, now I guess I got to zoom all the way out. Even though I want to go in close, you can't see the whole thing. But I just used the circle maker with the pen side and drew the circles a few times and then some dots, and then just made this as a super easy title page. And then one of the things I did that made this album go faster, and the reason it is done and so many of my others are not done, is because I used sticker letters for all my titles. I haven't used sticker letters for a long time. I think I got my first Cricut in about 2008. I got a Silhouette in 2013. You guys know I like my Silhouette a lot better. But boy, it's faster to do sticker letters. And Creative Memories just came out with a whole rainbow of colors in this really nice collegiate font. So I use this all over. So we're just gonna go. I will try to talk more about the scrapbook techniques and things that I used than the pictures, but I'm gonna have to talk about the pictures. So this was the single New York City Scenes sticker strip, and then the white pen, and then this paper that has the boroughs of New York City is on here. And this was a picture that they posted on, one of them put on Instagram, Facebook, one of those. All right, so this one I'm probably actually now that I'm sitting here, I guess I need a title. And I apologize for the reflection of the light right here, but one of my overhead lights is burned out. It's fluorescent light, I can't replace it myself. And so without these lights, you're not gonna be able to see anything. So these are all pictures that they took. This is using that New York theme pack, and this might have been was it a sketch? I don't know, but I like it. I like the way I kind of was able to do a few little random pictures of my daughter at the airport, and then their hotel, and then the scene from their hotel room, which says, these people don't know a thing about being quiet, which, is kind of true if you've ever been in the big city. So I love that my older daughter is a planner, and she had this whole spreadsheet for the things that they were going to do. And so when I had asked her about if she kept a schedule or anything of their trip, she said, I'll send you the spreadsheet. So I printed that out and put it in here, and then with the title, the best laid plans, and I'm going to let them journal about kind of what their plans were. And also we're going to talk about my daughter's little stuffed Mickey, because he makes an appearance in several of these layouts where she took pictures of him. And I think this must be Snapchat. Mickey Takes New York. So that was her kind of thing. And we see him in a bunch of pictures, and I had fun kind of playing with him, kind of like a Flat Stanley-esque type thing. But, you and I know what's going to happen, because when they arrive here in New York on March the 10th, 2020, they have all these great plans. yeah, we know what's going to happen. So sorry, no spoilers, but we know what's going to happen. But they did not. So they went to a bagel place, Zabar's, and had bagels. This was I think a sketch I saw on Pinterest. I really like it with the, I love that circle maker, and I used it a lot. This was actually the pet. What was that new pet? Fur baby paper. It had just come out when I was working on this, and so this I think is the cat paper, but I didn't use the cat side, and I used the plaid and the brown. I thought it worked great to be like a little bagel. And then they went to the Met, because that's what you do in New York. This I also think was a virtual crop sketch, and I used Serenity paper for all the layouts of the Met. They took lots of pictures in and around the Met, and I didn't put all of them in. I hope that they don't mind. If they do, if they're sad about that, we could put a peekaboo pocket or something in. This is the Serenity Fast to Fab inspired paper. So this is printed on, and then this is a sticker, but that's printed on. So this was super fast, and I just kind of lined these up, even though they're not necessarily the same height, but that was just able, this is actually 2 pictures right here, 2 pictures right here. So it's almost kind of mirrored, but I was just able to kind of put the highlights of the pictures in. All right, I got to tell you, this is probably one of my favorite layouts I've done in a really long time. And it's because of this. Creative Memories had a punch a couple of summers ago that was called like Park, or I don't remember what it's called. Central Park. It wasn't called Central Park, but it was basically park bench, 2 trees, park bench, 2 trees, park bench, 2 trees, park bench, 2 trees. So I punched it all out, and I cut the little green, and I didn't like it. It was too matchy-matchy. So then I threw in the oak tree punch right here, and I kind of cut out some of the park benches, and I made it my own. And I really, really love the way this worked out with modifying the design of the punch, which otherwise was going to be very same. I took out a bunch of those, and you can still kind of see, here's the, the sameness right here, but I modified it. And so don't be afraid to play with these punches. If you don't like the way it looks as you do it, modify it, because I'm just so pleased. This was that oak tree punch, but you could easily just cut more of these and put more little tree branches and stuff. So this was Walk in the Park. I think it was called Walk in the Park was the name of the punch. It was a border punch, and it was from a couple summers ago. It was a promo, so probably hard to find, but I was glad I had it. I think this is the first time I've used it, and I think it turned out so cute. So here's Mickey takes Central Park, and then just pictures. My daughters are not twins. They're actually 11 years apart, but gosh, they look like twins, and we love to call them twins. All right, this is Times Square. I didn't put my own title because I have this sticker that said Times Square. It is really hard for me not to put an official title on every page. I'm trying to get over that. I would be done with my album so much faster if I didn't have to put a title. This is that New York theme pack, and there's Mickey in Times Square. And the girls, I think they're waiting for tickets. So thankfully, on my phone, I can, they put me in a shared photo album, and so I could see the date and time when things were taken, so I know what order things happen. We love Disney in our family. I have the Disney store pictures, but I had a couple extra, and they're all kind of the same. It's just my daughter kind of posing with Anna and Elsa. So I put these in a little peekaboo pocket. I do use the regular traditional Jeeped pages, not the pocket pages. And so I like to put my peekaboo pockets either on the inside edge or the outside edge, so that once I'm done with this video and they're done journaling, we'll slide the page protector over, and then this will flip over the top. So I do stick the peekaboo pocket to the page, and then I put the wallpapered background page over the top. But that's how I like to use the peekaboo pockets. And this is the Enchanted Princess, because that went really well with the Disney theme. This is also in Times Square, Hershey's Chocolate World. It's just fun to pose with the giant, candy things. They didn't really buy any of them, because why would you buy it when you can just take a picture of it and have it for free? This, I think this was called Mix and Match Rainbow. This was an advisor exclusive pack. We had to earn it somehow. I've kind of hoarded it, but I had all these M&M pictures, and I thought the little multicolor circles went perfectly with it. So I love the rainbow colors of this paper pack. It's a very simple page. It just kind of has the, I guess these are 2 strips. Now I think I only had, I had 1 page piece left of the dots, and so I cut this into, are they 2.5 inch? I don't know how much I had, but I cut that, And then I just had bits and pieces left of the paper, and I was still able to do this whole layout with, you know, a bunch of pieces, leftover scraps of that paper. All right, this was when they went to see Hadestown. I don't have the program, but it's gonna, I have it somewhere, it's somewhere safe, right? It's gonna get tucked in here. So if you've watched my brochure pockets video, I show how I did that. So there's a pocket in here to put the playbill. So we'll just pretend this is it. So it'll just slide in here and it'll poke out a little bit, so you'll see that there's something in there. This was with the Showtime collection. Love the Showtime, and some of the gold shimmer paper that was in the Showtime collection, and I had to really hoard it. I was very careful. This is like a tiny little strip of the gold shimmer, and then I punched this out of it. But gold shimmer is coming back. We had it in the shimmer buffet, and it's coming back in January to be part of the line. I'm so excited. And then the music staff and notes punch, and I kind of pieced it. I wanted it to kind of be a curving look, and of course it's a straight punch, so I kind of just pieced it together. And behind this, it doesn't necessarily line up, but nobody knows that because we've hidden it. And I think this just turned out really fun. Here they are in front of the theater. Here's Mickey. Here's the playbill that's going to go in here, and then the girls. We always try to take a picture in front of the stage, all of this. And this was Wednesday night, March the 11th. We didn't know. We still didn't know. All right, so then some pictures just randomly of them riding the trains. Here's Mickey on the subway, Mickey on the bus. Here's my daughter sad because the Percy Jackson Lightning Thief, she loved Percy Jackson. It ended on January 5th, and they were there in March. So this is more of that New York scenes paper. This one is kind of a map design. This just has little icons, and then this one has all the little boroughs: Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens. You know, so that's just, it's just fun. It's like a solid, but it has the words on it. So it's very much, you know, officially New York-y. And I think I probably used like 6 or 10 packs of paper because they were mini packs. I only had 3 sheets in each, or 6 sheets in each, 3 colors, and I used a lot of it and a lot of the stickers. And this one too, I kind of put a couple extra stickers behind to keep this little skyline sticker from being too boring. I threw a couple others in here. So the Statue of Liberty, of course, this is Wednesday. Maybe this is Thursday. I don't remember what day this was. I obviously need to put dates in, even though I'm going to make them journal. This is this paper. It's pre-printed with the Statue of Liberty, and it says NYC right here and has the skyscrapers, but I wanted to go across a page. And so this is the same paper, but what I did is I cut this strip off and I flipped it over. So the back side is this kind of gold Art Deco-y paper, and I just pieced it together behind to give it that border, and then I tied it together by putting this yellow mat of that same paper. Again, I had multiple packs of this because I would have only had these 2 papers, but I needed more. So I tied those 2 colors together. I used little stickers from the embellishment. I think this little water sticker is from Serene Waters, maybe? I can't remember. So I did the waters in front of another one of the little skyline to kind of go along with the boat. And here we got Mickey again on the ferry to the Statue of Liberty in Ellis Island. I'm actually really happy with these Ellis Island pages. This paper pack was called Memoirs and Moments, and it was from several years ago, and I've had it and I haven't really known what to do with it, but I feel like it worked really well for kind of these old historical documents and some of that stuff. And now I wish I had more of it because I'm like, oh, that was really great paper. So this might have been, I don't know if it's a virtual crop sketch. I do use a lot of Scrapbook Generation sketches. I get a lot of my ideas from Pinterest. I'm inspired by a lot of those things just to kind of get me started. I don't often copy anything exactly, but kind of this idea of having like an inset page. So this is like, you know, 1 piece, and then this would be 1 piece, except that like it's not hiding behind here because I'm trying to be frugal with my paper. So here's some more of that Memoirs and Moments, and kind of that same idea with a darker frame, and then the lighter paper on the inside, and, you know, mixing and matching. And this you'll see is this width. I went all the way to here. I felt like that just tied it together better than when this was all kind of this chevron shape. All right, so this was the Amazon Go Market, where if you have an Amazon account, you just walk in and take your groceries and go. You just, no lines, no checkout. Seriously, just walk out. Amazon Go. I don't know if they still do that. And this is a fun layout that I had done on a fundraiser crop last year for Alzheimer's, where this is cut out. So there's a little bit of dimension. I don't know if you can see the dimension in there. You probably can't, sorry. I can see it. I think it's really cute to have this little bit of dimension in here to tuck this behind. So the paper, the striped paper is behind, and then this is over the top, and it's popped up on some foam squares to give it a little bit of dimension. So that's a fun look. This was using, I think, the silver and gold paper, and then the charging bowl. And this is one of my favorite, because this is, maybe this should have come before this next, some of the other pages, but it says, please give us our money back for canceled musicals, Mr. Bull. And I just think that's pretty funny. But now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, that might not be in the right order. So, and again, just these alphabet stickers, it was so easy, so easy. This is definitely something I was inspired by a Pinterest layout that I saw. All right, the Brooklyn Bridge. This one just is mostly me. I don't use a lot of just regular standard CM borders, but I like them. And I don't know why I don't. I also don't often leave my paper white, even though I use the white refill pages, but I love the way this looked. I do this a lot with one, you know, if I have two, if I have a lot of vertical photos, rather than just being marching across the page, I like to mix it up a little bit. So there's Mickey at the Brooklyn Bridge, and then the girls, and then that border, which I love. And I think this was with an Advisor exclusive paper pack from last year, Calm and Collected, Cool and Collected. But look how clean and nice and simple that is, just with the border. I love the way these two borders work together. This one I love too. All right, I love this album. I had so much fun with it. They, of course, were in New York. They had to eat pizza. Look how big this pizza is compared to like her head. These two little skinny girls were trying to eat these pizza, and then some cannoli. So I wanted to make a pizza. I've made pizzas before, but usually like I punch some circles to be pepperoni, and then some little circles with a hole in the middle to be some olives and some cheese. But they, of course, ate a margarita pizza, which doesn't look like that. And so I did a torn paper look, and I think it turned out really, really cute. Did use the circle cutter, but then I also like just tore the papers, and you can see the little basil leaves I just punched with a leaf punch and then kind of tore them apart. I think it's really fun. I don't really like having the mouth go to the outside, but that's how that's how it worked the best, and with the title on. And again, it doesn't quite look finished to me because it needs some journaling, but they're gonna have to do that. So they'll both be home at Christmas, and that's when this is gonna have to happen. So this one doesn't have a title because I don't know what to title it. So you guys are great at stuff like this if you have a suggestion of what I could do. But my daughter suggested that we have that Life 360 app, and my daughter said, oh, you should take screenshots of our path because you can see all the things they did. This was Wednesday, you know, they went to, you know, clear up here into Manhattan. Here they went out to Ellis Island, Statue of Liberty, the different theaters, and it was just fun. And I used the Apple template, the recipe template, which I haven't used before because it's kind of hard, but again, the Big Apple. So I need some kind of title like Path to the Big Apple or something like that, or maybe I don't. Maybe I won't. Maybe this will be my test and I won't put a title on this page. I don't know if I can do it, but I'll try. All right, this is a direct copy or inspired by a layout recently on the CM blog by Chrislyn Matei. Her layout is using Birthday Bonanza, but she put donuts on it. And so as soon as I saw that, I was like, I gotta have some donuts for this, where they went to this donut plant. And this donut is like a red velvet donut with white, so it kind of inspired me with my colors. But she gives the directions about how to make the donuts in that CM blog post. But I think it turned out really cute. Love the donuts. And then this one, you know, curse you, COVID, it says. And maybe I need to go around this with a pen because that one's kind of getting lost. But, you know, they texted me Thursday morning and said, Mom, we got tickets, last minute tickets to Frozen. They were so excited. And then seriously, 30 minutes later, Broadway shutting down. And could not have waited a week while my girls were on this trip that they'd been anticipating for months. But so they never did get to see Frozen. And it was, you know, and then here I am back in Alabama. My daughters are in New York City, which was kind of like the epicenter of COVID in the United States, and I was terrified. You know, we've kind of forgotten it really was scary when COVID was very first happening, and we were watching all this stuff happening in Italy. And here I am, they couldn't get out because everybody was trying to get out. They had, you know, flights coming out Saturday night, and they were already on those, and they were able to come home on schedule, but everything's shutting down there, and here they're in New York. So Macy's thankfully wasn't shut down, and they were able to go in there and look. I mean, nobody's wearing masks yet. We didn't know. This was a Good Times was the name of this paper pack. I think this was in a secret box maybe, and this was a fast to fab, so this is pre-printed, which is so nice. And then I had the stickers for it. I did cut this out of a separate paper to kind of overlap because they're kind of separate things. This is the wooden escalator at Macy's, and then this big giant light bright game. And I did I used the, oh look, that's coming out. I used the picket frame punch on this. I wonder if we can see it. Let's see, I'll peel it off. See the picket frame? That's our Border Maker cartridge. All right, let's zoom in again. You know, that the Border Maker cartridge that comes with the Border Maker system, I don't think it gets enough love, and so anytime I use it, I'm going to show it to you guys. But I just punch it out, and it's got those little holes that punch out. I didn't want the holes, so I just matched up my paper, and then I just have this cute little pinking edge, you know, just the little triangle edge. So don't be afraid to use your Border Maker because it gives that nice little pointy edge. So that's with the picket fence Border Maker cartridge, and I'm gonna have now stick that down again because I peeled it up. All right, this was the High Line. It used to be a subway path. Sorry, if I do this, I think it makes the glare less, but it used to be a subway track, and they've turned it into a big park. I don't know a whole lot about it. This, I think, is from Wanderlust, is the paper pack that this is from. And this idea, I don't know where this idea came from. Was it from the CM blog? Was it from Melissa Ullman, Chrysalin? I don't know. Somebody showed how you can fold your paper in half and punch through two at a time. And this was that mosaic diamond that was a promo last summer. And I think it turned out really cute. More of that New York City scenes paper. This is just kind of random pictures, so I didn't really do too much. This one, definitely, I'm looking at this now, and this, I'm gonna definitely need to go around this with a pen. I will do that at the end of this video. I'll come back and trace around it. So if you want to watch what I'm talking about, I'll come back and do that. Hopefully I'll remember. But if you know what I'm talking about, you don't care, you don't have to watch that part. I'll let you be done. This is that new wavy square. There's two of them. There's one that's wavy on the outside and smooth on the inside, and this is the opposite one. I can't remember the name of it. Jumbo Square. I don't know. I don't know what their names are. But this was a new custom cutting system pattern that just came out. And again, more of this same paper. And I, on purpose, used this the same to kind of tie the papers together. But I wanted to have this as a red background and this as a green background so that you would know that these are two separate ideas. So this was the LDS Temple in Manhattan. Again, this needs to probably have a little bit of pen around this to make it pop. I probably should have flipped through this once before I started the video. Then here they are back at Central Park. I actually really love this layout. I think this is from Virtual Crop recently using Painted Garden. Oh, this is silver and gold. This is Painted Garden, and this is, of course, you know, it's COVID, so they're doing things outside because all the inside things are canceled. But I love being able to use the blog sketches are hard because often they do a single page, and very rarely do I do a single page. But on this one, because they were taking the pictures, I did do some single pages. Rockefeller Center. If you follow me on Facebook, or in the unofficial layouts group on Facebook, I posted this layout. I love how this turned out. So this piece right here is a laser cut paper. All right, and so I put the gold shimmer underneath it, and then I put the laser cut paper on top, and I wanted there to be a border around, you know, a little edge, so I cut off the inside edge, and then the back side was yellow, and so just on kind of on a whim, I flipped it over and put it here. This is from the Bedazzled. This is an exclusive paper pack that you can only get through an advisor. I believe it is still available, the laser papers for this. So cool. I loved this. And then this is more of that memoirs and moments, kind of this architectural drawing. Loved this paper, but I really love the way this turned out because I've struggled with how to use these laser papers, especially because I mostly do double page layouts. But with this one, you know, you only kind of see half of it. I did end up using the whole background, but if I had known that I was going to be covering up the middles, I would not have. So if you only had one piece of this, and only one piece comes in the laser paper pack, you could still, you know, do this layout with like the shimmer paper underneath and then the laser mat. And I love it. And again, lots of vertical photos. So I just kind of went across the middle, but put a couple this way. And sticker letters. I really, you guys, I hate to gush over my own pages, but I love this page, and I love it when, like, what do they say? I love it when a plan comes together. I love it when things work out with my layouts. So this is kind of one of their last meals in New York, and I used the mix or the. Oh, I guess I used different things. Some of this might be totally tonals, mix and match. I can't remember what it is. Blend and bloom. I don't know. We've had several papers. I know this is from the Totally Tonals this year. I think that one is too. This is from Boho. And then I just kind of matted these all together in one big group and put this across. And it's a very simple page. And I've done this before where I take like one 12 by 12 paper and cut it and put it across both pages. But this was different because I just used some scraps of the different colors, kind of trying to mimic the colors of a hot dog, right? So that's like the bun and the hot dog and then some ketchup, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the blue is. But, you know, here's Mickey again and then the gelato. And they loved that it, you know, that you can call 1-800-4 hot dogs. So I thought I would put that on there. Although I don't love that the zeros in the stickers kind of have that line through the middle. It's a little distracting to me, but I didn't want to use up my real O's for it. So it's kind of their last meal. They had gone to FAO Schwartz when they were here. That was a couple pages back. And they bought a bunch of temporary tattoos because what do? You can't go to your Broadway show because everything's canceled. So they're stuck in their hotel room. So they just covered, well, they each only did one arm, but they covered their arm in temporary tattoos. And my daughter said that when she got to the airport, you know, JFK or whatever, the TSA agent's like, oh, yeah, nice ink or something like that. So I want her to journal about that on here. And so I guess I should have put a title on this one too. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll put nice ink or something like that. I thought I was done with this, and I was so excited about showing you the video that apparently wasn't quite done. And then just the two girls. I had a bunch of pictures of the two of them together. They look so much alike, even though they're relatively far apart in age. And I just had to put all these pictures of them and think about what could I do. This piece, actually, this paper, I had cut circles out of it originally. I was like, what am I going to do with that? And then I thought, oh, I'll just make it an accent. So I put the pattern paper behind it, and then I was able to still use this piece of yellow paper with Art Deco that had only cut some stuff out of the corners. And then the very last page is just, you know, more Mickey. I used that same, again, the NYC paper. I used the yellow and kind of made decorative strips. You can't really see the decorative strips, I don't think. But there's like a blue strip, a green strip, and a red strip, and they do go all the way down. And then I put the 4 pictures over the top. At the airport, first plane, second plane, and then home. So that is the NYC album. I did do a custom spine, and I haven't put that on yet because I wanted to show you. So if you already know how to put a spine in, you can be done now. Thanks for watching my album flip through. If you want to see about putting the custom spine in, I had ordered this a while ago because I knew I was working on this, and I wanted to show you a tip. I've shown it before. It does give you directions on how to put this in, but sometimes with the spines, you'll see that like your spine kind of pops out of the album, and that can get really annoying. So what I have learned to do is to take a piece of cardstock. Now, right now our paper packs come with paper, but this was from some Fast to Fab papers. This is still a piece of cardstock. I'm going to take a piece of cardstock and some adhesive. And I'm going to be kind of generous here. I've cut this in half, about 6 inches. And I'm just going to extend the edges of my spine. If you don't overfill your albums. You know, if you stick to maybe, you know, 30 pages, this is an unnecessary step, but if I often go farther. And so I just like to do this just as a little security. And you just take your cardstock and you butt it up against the edge where the fabric is, and you'll be able to feel where that is, so it's going to make sure that it lines up straight, and just stick that down. And you saw I was pretty generous with the adhesive. I hope you saw. I actually wasn't watching my monitor to see if that was going to if you could see all that. But so now I've just kind of made these wings that just extend this out. So inside your spine right here, it's empty for this to slide in. And so I'm just going to take, I'm actually going to curl this just a little bit, give it a little, to find the middle. And then I'm going to slide this in. And I wish I could have gotten like a red or green to put on the spine, but I'm finding that I really am liking the silver. And so even though this doesn't have silver, it also doesn't have the gold. This is a copper, and so I'm using the silver because I feel like it shows up better than the gold on my bookshelf. So now I've got my spine cover, or my custom spine. I will link to my video about how to do the custom spines. It's only $10 to do this custom spine, and I just think it looks so great. And on your shelf, and so then when my girls come home, they can quickly find the album that they're looking for. So it's just, it's changed my scrapbooking shelves much for the better. So, all right, that's the end of that. Now, again, if you don't want to see me trace around my title, you can go, but if you want to see how I do that, and hopefully I won't mess up when you guys are watching, because sometimes I do. But I'm gonna just take this, and I'm gonna find my green pen, just right here. I think green will work. I'm gonna test that on a little scrap of paper to see if it's the right green. I think I have a different green, but I think that's gonna be okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in for this one. And I'm going to turn this upside down because I need to be up close and personal with my letters. And I'm going to work this direction because I am right-handed. And I just take my fine tip pen and carefully and slowly run it against the edge of the sticker. I like doing this better with stickers because if I slip and go up onto the sticker, it's got that plasticky finish, and so you can easily wipe it off. And I just trace around the inside first, and I think you'll see as I get going, and then I'll show you at the end kind of the finished product, that this makes such a difference. I could have used any of the colors. I could have used like a dark red or black. Black is always safe. But just going around these letters and giving it just a little bit of a barrier. It's almost like double matting your letters. And it just makes them pop off the page in a way that having just the plain sticker letters doesn't do. So can you guys see what a difference that makes? I'll lift up my pen and let you see. All right, can you see the difference between the ones that have outlined and the ones that are not? They just kind of sink into the pattern paper, and these kind of lift up off the page almost. So hopefully some of you stayed to watch this part. It's kind of satisfying. But I mean, I do often when I'm doing this, I mess up and I'll go across the sticker letter, but because it's that plastic, I just take the edge of a tissue or a Kleenex and I just get a little bit wet and I wipe it off, and it usually comes right off. So that's one of my little tips that I like to do, and I did it with some of these already that were in the book earlier. I don't think I remember to mention it, but it's definitely a technique I do a lot of, and probably not what you're used to seeing in an album flip through when theoretically they're done, but apparently I was so excited to have an album I could flip through for you that I wasn't quite done. All right, so there you go. Go run that one again. There's my finished FAO Schwartz page that hopefully they can journal about. There's a little bit more right there because that's green. And then we're done. So thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you guys caring enough about my albums to log in and watch these, or not log in, but to tune in and watch these videos that I do with our own family's albums. And sometimes I know I get a little bit more caught up in telling the stories of the pictures. That's for my family as much as anything, that my family that's watching. But I hope that those of you who are watching for the scrapbooking ideas did get some ideas from this. And I would love to hear if one of these layouts was a favorite of yours, or if there's a technique or something that I talked about in here that you'd like me to demonstrate in a tutorial video. I'm also happy to do that. So thanks very much. Sure appreciate you following my channel and all the kind words you always have to say for me. And I'll see you very soon. And until then, happy scrapbooking.